And still, John Jones is a heavyweight champion of the world. Notice how I didn't say undisputed? We'll get into that. John Jones put an absolute beat down on Stipe Miocic at this UFC 309 event. Um, I can't really say it was unexpected. Many people thought this was coming. I went with second round knockout, and it actually happened in the third. But let's get into how this fight really went. All right, the first round was a complete 10-8. John Jones started off on the feet like all rounds, and Jones was doing decent. Eventually, he gets Stipe and kind of does a nice little judo throw, or some may call it a trip, and gets Stipe down. That was basically the end of the round for Stipe Miocic. I'm very surprised he actually survived this. Jones started throwing down some nasty, nasty elbows. I mean, he was throwing. Stipe could have gone out from some of those shots. I was kind of surprised he, was still awake, and I'm surprised I'm still awake. I'm sorry if I sound tired. It's because my eyes are closed as I'm recording this. But yeah, Stipe was taking some shots on the ground, big elbows by Jones. It went on for a couple minutes, and then surprisingly enough, Stipe didn't really get cut by any of them. He got cut by one right under the eye, and it was actually at the very end of the round when Jones had Stipe in almost like a crucifix position and just was raining elbows down on him. But a complete 10-9 domination from John Jones in that first round. Stipe didn't look too good. Not to mention in that first round, Jones landed some body kicks that took a toll on Stipe. He threw a kick up the middle, landed on Stipe, and going forward in the fight, that would prove to be very, very useful. He's throwing some kicks to the side, some body kicks like that, and some right up the middle. And then round two, here we go again. John Jones is on the feet this round. He's picking apart Stipe. Stipe looks slow, very hittable. He gets rocked a couple times. But let's kind of break down more of what Jones is doing because Jones is kind of the only one doing much this fight. Jones is throwing a lot of body kicks to the right side, I think it is, of Stipe, and eventually, like everyone was expecting, he's drilling the body. He goes up high, and Stipe somehow blocks them. I really was expecting Jones to just head kick him and knock him out or wobble him, kind of how he did to DC. But somehow Stipe got his hands up. His hands were kind of low because he was really trying to protect that body. It looked like it was a big issue for him in this fight, obviously. But yeah, Jones kept trying to go high and couldn't really catch him with anything, but just kind of put hands on him for the second round. Here we are in the third and final round. This round's kind of interesting. A little bit into the round, Jones starts off just picking at Stipe. His jab's looking very nice. Jones is, it's catching Stipe as Stipe's head's just kind of sitting there, not moving too much. Stipe showed some life in this fight. At some points, you kind of saw him slipping some punches, but for the most part, his head was kind of just there to be hit. But anyways, eventually Jones catches him. He catches him pretty clean with the hands, and Stipe seems to like cover up and move back like he was injured. Like his eyes were like squinted, like he looked like he was about to go out, maybe, or was just a little rattled. Jones rushes in, and all of a sudden Stipe just unloads on him and throws some big shots. Doesn't really do much. Jones does what Jones does. Whenever he's in any danger, he's gonna get out, circle around, and have his hands wide open, standing forward like a outstretched like a zombie, real zombie guard, standing zombie guard right there from John Jones, and he gets out of that, relatively unscathed. Eventually, let's get right into the finishing sequence because that's kind of all that happened that round. Jones just picks him apart. Jones throws a spinning back kick to the body. It catches him right on the side. It's on screen. It's been on screen this whole time, and it sits Stipe Miocic down. Was not a liver kick. Liver's on the other side. At least that's what Joe Rogan says. I don't know anything about anatomy, but it catches Stipe and sits him down. He seemed soft to the body. Not soft to the body, but the body seemed like the best way to get him out of there. Jones couldn't get him out of there with the hands. Jones is not known as the hardest puncher, and Stipe is known to have a solid head. So yeah, he hits him with that spinning back kick, sits him down. Jones throws a couple shots, finishes him, and it's all over. John Jones remains the heavyweight champion of the world. Not undisputed, but he is the heavyweight champion for now. Okay, now that that fight is over with, let's just get this out of the way real quick. The post-fight interview. We got somebody like Tom Aspinall. It's not like he's an interim champ or anything. He's in the crowd. Wasn't allowed at media day. Ask Dana White to come into the ring. He said earlier that he was going to ask because he would love to go in the ring and face off the winner. He said he wants the belt. They pan over to Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is sitting in the crowd. I'm like, oh, that's great. He's going to get up and come in. That's perfect. Spoiler alert, he does not come in. He does not come in the ring. John Jones sits there, and when he's asked about what's next for you, are you going to retire? He says, I decided not to retire. But before he really says anything, he starts thanking God and, obviously, very religious man. He says, oh, he thanks God, and without God, he wouldn't be anything. Understandable. But he just weasels his way around the question, it really seemed like. And I'll give you my honest opinion. Going into this, I expected John Jones, I thought he was joking the whole time. As soon as he said, he would give up the belt so he could have like a fun fight like Derek Lewis. As soon as I heard those words come out of his mouth, I was like, okay, he's joking. I get the whole, oh, Alex Pereira, big name. But as soon as he said Derek Lewis, I'm like, okay, what do he has to be? He's just like joking because like that's kind of funny. The idea of like Derek Lewis versus John Jones, like that's like saying Parker Porter versus John Jones, like that. I think that's what he was going for, but I guess he wasn't. He gets in the ring. And Joe Rogan needs to stop asking this man about Alex Pereira. We do not want to see that fight. We don't. We don't want to see that fight. Jones says, I'm gonna go have a talk with Dana and Hunter, and we'll see what we want to do. But I'm still out here, and maybe if whatever's right. He didn't say what is whatever's right. He just said, maybe we'll give you guys what you want. I was like, in the moment, I was like, oh, good, Tom Aspinall, because obviously that's what he knows everyone wants. But then I think about it. Joe Rogan believes that everyone wants to see him fight Alex Pereira. Like, that's kind of what the UFC, like, I don't know if they're ignorant or they're playing dumb, but that's what the UFC, like, thinks the fans want. No, we want the belts to be united. We got the interim champ in there who defended his interim belt. And then we have the actual champion right now who defended his belt not against the interim champion. What is going on? We need to restore order in this division. John Jones is trying to use Tom Aspinall as leverage to get some more money. That's what he said when he was up there. He said, I'm going to try and work something out. We can talk, me and Dana and Hunter, we can talk, and maybe you guys can get what you want. AKA, if they give me enough money, I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever. And I'm not totally against it. If John Jones wants something unreasonable, I say, you know what? Strip him of the belt. Let him go do whatever he wants. He can go fight whoever else he wants. Tom Aspinall said the only thing he cares about is the belt. Give that man the belt, or let him fight some. Just give him the belt at that point. Let Jones go fight Derek Lewis or Tai Tuivasa, or a fun fight for him. Let him do it, and we will all, as the fans, as we've already seen, we see that he does not want to fight Tom Aspinall. He doesn't. He doesn't. I genuinely believe it now. At first, I was coping. I thought, he's just trying to build up this fight. He's gonna say, "I don't want to fight him. I don't want to do this," or "I'd rather fight Derek Lewis." It's like I thought that was a joke, and he's gonna come in here and say, "Tom Aspinall, I want to see you. I know I can beat you. You are nothing." Like, I just want him to go off. I was expecting that. And Tom Aspinall comes in the ring. They have a nice face off. None of that happened. So as soon as I saw that, he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. If he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall, that's great. We all know. Then we will all know he doesn't want to fight him. If he doesn't fight him, he doesn't want to. The offer's on the table. Let him go do whatever he wants. Strip him of the belt, obviously. But I don't think John Jones should be able to defend the belt again if it's against anybody else besides Tom Aspinall, unless Tom Aspinall gets injured or Tom Aspinall loses the interim belt or something like that. And I don't even think Tom Aspinall should be fighting in the meantime. I think the next thing that should be booked for both of those two fighters is them fighting one another. Anything else shouldn't be happening. That's it. I was kind of pissed off after the fight. And I'm not a Tom Aspinall fan by any chance, by any stretch of the imagination. I like him as a fighter. I think he's good, obviously, but I just there needs to be some order in this sport. There needs to be. We can't just have a guy going out and doing whatever he wants while there's two people holding the belt at the same time, and Bruce Buffer introducing him as the undisputed. I don't think that's undisputed. I think it's pretty disputed, actually. I think it's disputed because someone else has a belt that looks pretty similar to that, and he's sitting in the crowd right there, and you're in here fighting somebody else. I think it's pretty disputed. I really do. I will I will calm down now, and I'm gonna go to sleep. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's it. I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Bye.